Have you ever wondered why some people seem completely untouched by time? Why their faces still carry that glow, that quiet vitality, while others their age look weary, drained, and somehow older than their years? It's almost mysterious. They walk into a room, and you can't quite explain it. There's something lighter about them. Their presence feels calm, grounded, alive. Even their eyes, and they hold that spark. That effortless confidence that most people lose somewhere along the way. And maybe you've noticed it in yourself too. When you look in the mirror, you realize that time hasn't left the same marks on you as it has on others. You've aged, yes, but differently, gracefully, with depth, not decay. People around you might joke, you never age. But deep down, you know it's not luck. It's not just good genes. There's something else, something invisible, working in your favor. Because real youth isn't painted on your skin. It lives in your energy, your mindset, your emotional discipline, and your inner peace. Today, we're going to uncover 7 hidden reasons you look younger than your age. Reasons that have little to do with creams, surgeries, or supplements, and everything to do with how you live, think, and feel. Because the truth is, youth isn't something you lose with age. It's something you radiate when your spirit refuses to grow old. Let's begin. 1. You don't carry emotional weight. One of the most powerful and least recognized reasons you look younger than your age is that you've learned not to carry emotional weight. Look around you. Most people aren't aging from time. They're aging from tension. They walk through life with invisible loads strapped to their shoulders. Regrets they never made peace with. Guilt they never forgave themselves for. Anger that never found release. These emotions become their shadow, unseen but always following, always tightening their expression, always dimming their energy. Every frown line tells a story of something unresolved. Every sleepless night leaves a mark deeper than just dark circles. Emotional weight doesn't just live in your mind, and it leaves fingerprints on your face, your body, even your presence. But you've learned to let go, not out of carelessness, but from wisdom. You've realized that life doesn't reward those who cling. It rewards those who surrender to what they can't change. You've learned one of Stoicism's greatest lessons. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you sail through it. When you stopped reacting to every slight, every disappointment, every twist of fate, something inside you shifted. You stopped giving energy to things that didn't deserve it. You stopped replaying old memories that no longer serve you. And in that space of inner stillness, your body began to rest again. Science backs it up. Constant stress floods your system with cortisol. That hormone doesn't just mess with your emotions. It literally breaks down collagen, slows repair, and speeds up aging. Stress carves lines into the face. Peace smooths them out. So when people say you have a glow, it's not magic. It's emotional hygiene. You've detoxed your soul. Because every time you choose silence over argument, calm over reaction, acceptance over resentment, your body listens. It softens, it heals. You see, people often mistake youth for smooth skin or perfect health. But true youth is energy. It's the lightness of being that comes from not carrying yesterday into today. You've stopped letting your emotions hijack your peace. And that discipline shows in your eyes, your voice, your aura. Your secret? You've mastered emotional minimalism. You no longer let life's chaos rent space in your mind. You don't rehearse pain, you release it. You've learned that peace is not passive, it's a power move. And that's why you look younger than your age, because your spirit isn't tired anymore. It's clean, it's calm, it's free. That freedom, that quiet strength, reflects in your face, your posture, your very presence. And that's the kind of beauty no cream or filter can ever replicate. You live with purpose, not pressure. Most people wake up every morning already exhausted, not because they've worked hard, but because they're carrying the weight of expectation. They open their eyes, grab their phone, scroll through other people's lives, and immediately feel behind. Behind in success, behind in beauty, behind in life. They chase endlessly when money, validation, love, attention. They live in reaction mode, not creation mode. Their mind runs before their feet even touch the ground, and that invisible rush shows in their posture, in their tone, in the dullness behind their eyes. Pressure doesn't just live in the mind, it leaves fingerprints on the body. But you've learned the art of detachment. You still have goals, ambition, and drive, but you've stopped letting them own you. You no longer run because you're afraid of losing. You move because you love the process. That's the difference between pressure and purpose. You see, a man driven by pressure burns out fast. His nervous system is always on high alert. His self-worth rises and falls with results. One small failure shatters him. One missed opportunity haunts him. That constant push-pull of emotional extremes doesn't just break the spirit, it ages the body. But a man who lives with purpose, his energy flows differently. He doesn't chase, he attracts. He doesn't seek approval, he radiates conviction. He's not obsessed with being seen. He's focused on becoming something worth seeing. Purpose anchors you. It slows the heartbeat of anxiety and replaces it with rhythm, the rhythm of peace. When you know why you do what you do, life stops feeling like a race. It becomes a mission, and that sense of direction, that internal alignment, brings a kind of calm most people will never know. Because peace, not pleasure, keeps you young. People who live with pressure live in survival mode. Their faces tense, their breathing shallow, their sleep restless. But when you live with purpose, your mind finds harmony with your actions. You rest deeper, smile easier, think clearer. Your energy feels balanced, and that balance reflects in how youthful you appear. Think of it like this, two men climbing the same mountain. One climbs out of fear of being left behind, fear of not being enough. The other climbs because he loves the view, the challenge, the journey. The first man grows weary halfway. The second man glows at the peak. Both reach the top, but only one still looks alive when he does. That's you. You've stopped measuring your worth in trophies, likes, or bank digits. You've started measuring it in peace, integrity, and purpose. The world no longer dictates your value. Your values do. And that's why you look younger than your age. Because while others are burning out in pursuit of more, you're growing lighter through meaning. You live with intention, not comparison. And that quiet certainty gives you an ageless glow no luxury could ever buy. You protect your energy, ruthlessly. Here's something few people realize. Youth isn't only about how you treat your body, it's about how you guard your energy. Think about how many people spend their days around toxic energy, negative co-workers, drama-filled friends, draining relationships, endless news cycles. Every time they absorb that chaos, their soul gets a little heavier. Over time, that emotional clutter shows on their face. Dull eyes, tense muscles, a tired aura. But you've learned to filter your environment like your life depends on it. Because it does. You've stopped entertaining people who leave you empty. You've stopped arguing to prove your point. You've realized that peace is worth more than being right. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you wise. You understand that every interaction either adds to your energy or steals from it. And because you protect it so carefully, your energy stays light, clean, and magnetic. When your mind isn't constantly defending itself, it has room to heal. When your emotions aren't under attack, your body can relax. And when your spirit isn't surrounded by chaos, your face reflects serenity. People notice it even if they can't explain it. They say things like, "You have such calm energy," or "You always look so fresh." What they're really seeing is the result of your boundaries, your invisible armor against the world's noise. So remember, this energy hygiene is just as important as physical hygiene. You wouldn't let your body stay dirty for weeks. Don't let your soul stay surrounded by negativity either. You look younger because you've mastered the art of emotional cleanliness. You don't let everything or everyone in. You've built your peace and it shows. 4. You know how to be alone and you're not afraid of it. Most people fear silence. They drown it out with noise, endless scrolling, background music, meaningless conversations, or constant company, because silence forces them to face themselves. And when they can't, they run into distraction, drama, or dependence. But here's the hidden truth. People who can't be alone age faster. Why? Because they live in emotional dependency. Their peace is always at the mercy of someone else's presence or approval. That kind of anxiety drains the spirit, and the spirit is what keeps the face alive. You, on the other hand, have learned to find comfort in solitude. You've made peace with your own company. You don't need noise to feel alive. You've discovered that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being aligned. When you sit in silence, you recharge. You process emotions. You heal. You reflect. You allow your nervous system to calm down and your energy to reset. That stillness isn't just spiritual, it's biological. When you're grounded, your body reduces stress hormones and produces serotonin and dopamine naturally. That inner balance keeps your features soft, your eyes bright, and your energy magnetic. Think about monks, philosophers, or Stoics throughout history. They aged, but their faces carried a timeless glow. That wasn't skincare. It was soul care. They learned to master solitude instead of running from it. And that mastery gave them a kind of youthful peace that no external pleasure could replace. Most people exhaust themselves trying to hold on to relationships, jobs, and validation just to feel significant. But you've realized that peace begins where neediness ends. You know that your value isn't dependent on who texts you back, who compliments you, or who stays. You've stopped chasing people and started connecting with yourself. And ironically, that's what makes you more magnetic. Because solitude refines you. It clears your mind, stabilizes your emotions, and gives your presence a calm strength that others can feel. So the fourth hidden reason you look younger is simple. You've mastered solitude. You don't run from your own thoughts. You rest in them. You've built inner peace where others built dependence. And that serenity, that still grounded energy, reflects outward as timeless youth. 5. You live with gratitude, not comparison. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to age the soul. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, their success, their looks, their possessions, you create inner tension. You tell yourself you're behind, not enough, or missing out. That mental war shows up on the body, in stress and anxiety and exhaustion. Most people live in that cycle. They wake up, check their phones, and instantly feel like they're losing. Someone else is richer, fitter, happier, younger, and without realizing it, they inject their day with quiet despair. But you've learned to break that pattern. You've chosen gratitude over comparison. You've realized that peace doesn't come from having more. It comes from appreciating what's already yours. And here's the beautiful part. The human mind can't hold both envy and gratitude at the same time. One replaces the other. Gratitude softens your nervous system. It relaxes your body, improves sleep, and strengthens your immune response. It's not just spiritual advice, it's science. When you wake up and choose gratitude, not as a cliche, but as a mindset, your energy changes. You stop chasing other people's pace. You move through the world lighter. You smile more genuinely. Your face carries warmth instead of tension. That's the kind of beauty no product can fake. Gratitude keeps you youthful because it roots you in the present. It stops you from constantly living in the when I have this or when I become that mindset. That future-chasing energy drains life from your present moment and from your body. But when you truly see the value in where you are, something magical happens. Your spirit relaxes, and a relaxed spirit radiates youth. Think about people who are always grateful and they seem softer, calmer, more alive. They radiate contentment. Their presence feels healing because they've stopped fighting life. You've done that. You've stopped wishing your life away and started living it. You've turned small moments, a quiet morning, a good coffee, a deep conversation, into enough. That mindset doesn't just make you happier, it literally changes your biology. Your heart rate lowers, your face relaxes, your aura brightens. That's why people say you look younger, because you do. You've escaped the trap of comparison. You live from a place of quiet abundance. And that inner peace and that subtle joy reflects through your skin, your energy, and your presence. So the fifth hidden reason you look younger, you're grateful. And gratitude slows time itself. 6. You don't chase approval, you radiate self-respect. One of the most draining habits a person can have, mentally, emotionally, and physically, is the constant need for approval. Most people live their entire lives trying to please others. They say yes when they mean no. They suppress their truth to avoid judgment. They shrink themselves just to be liked. But here's what few realize. Every act of self-betrayal ages you. When you constantly seek validation, you live in stress, the body's way of saying, you're not safe being yourself. And that stress doesn't just live in the mind, it lives in your cells, your hormones, your posture, and your face. You, on the other hand, have learned to live differently. You've discovered that self-respect is far more powerful than approval. You've stopped chasing people who only value you when you perform. You've stopped bending your truth to fit someone else's comfort. You don't live in rebellion, you live in alignment. That's a key difference. You don't push people away to prove independence. You simply honor your boundaries, your peace, and your standards. And that inner alignment shows. It's the reason your energy feels grounded and youthful. You're not wasting emotional bandwidth on pretending, pleasing, or performing. You're simply being. The psychology behind this is fascinating. When a person constantly seeks approval, their nervous system lives in a state of alert, scanning for rejection, afraid of disapproval. That triggers the stress response, which over time leads to fatigue, anxiety, and even premature aging. But when someone shifts to self-approval, everything changes. The body relaxes, the breath deepens, the face softens. You regain the glow that comes from inner safety, the feeling that you no longer have to chase love, because you've built it within yourself. People can sense this energy from miles away. It's not arrogance, and it's quiet confidence. It's that look in your eyes that says, I'm enough, even if you don't see it. That kind of energy doesn't age, it amplifies. You've probably noticed how exhausting it feels to be around. People who constantly perform, the ones who always want to be liked, admired, or approved of. They may smile, but it's forced. Their laughter sounds heavy. You can almost feel their inner fatigue. But those who move with self-respect carry a lighter presence. Their faces are relaxed. Their bodies move naturally. Their smile feels authentic because it isn't a performance. You look younger because you've stopped begging the world to tell you who you are. You've stopped measuring your worth through other people's eyes. You live from self-acceptance, not self-doubt. And that's one of the most magnetic, youthful energies in existence. Because confidence, and true confidence, is timeless. It doesn't fade with age. It deepens. It's not the loud kind that needs attention. It's the quiet kind that needs no permission. You look younger than your age because you've stopped chasing approval and started radiating authenticity. And authenticity, my friend, never grows old. 7. You choose peace over drama. Every single time. If there's one thing that ages a person faster than anything else, it's chaos. Mental chaos. Emotional chaos. Relationship chaos. Most people are addicted to it without even realizing it. They crave drama because it makes them feel alive. They get entangled in arguments, gossip, unnecessary battles, and emotional games. They live in constant reaction, jumping from one problem to another, never grounded, never still. That lifestyle slowly destroys their inner balance. It floods their system with adrenaline and cortisol, the same chemicals the body releases in danger. Over time, that hormonal storm breaks down collagen, weakens the immune system, and literally speeds up the aging process. But you've chosen differently. You've chosen peace. You've learned that not every battle is worth fighting. Not every opinion needs an answer. Not every insult deserves a reaction. You've stopped wasting energy on proving your point to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. That's emotional maturity, and it shows. Your calm isn't weakness. It's wisdom. You've realized that peace isn't the absence of problems. It's the absence of reaction. You still face challenges like everyone else, but you don't let them control your emotions. You've understood what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. That strength is visible. It's in the calmness of your voice, the ease of your expression, the serenity in your presence. People can't always define it, but they can feel it. You look younger because you've stopped letting the world steal your calm. You no longer live on emotional autopilot. You've trained your mind to pause, breathe, and choose stillness when others would explode. And that's your secret. That's why time seems to move slower for you. You live in peace while others live in noise. Remember this, chaos burns energy. Peace preserves it. Every time you choose peace over drama, you choose youth over decay. And that's not philosophy, that's biology. You're not young because of luck. You're young because of discipline. The discipline to remain calm when the world tries to pull you apart. And that discipline, that inner steadiness is the ultimate anti-aging secret. Conclusion. Here's the truth most people miss. Looking young isn't about chasing youth. It's about protecting peace. You don't look younger than your age because of luck or genetics. You look younger because you've mastered something deeper in the art of emotional control, gratitude, and inner strength. You've learned how to carry your life lightly. You don't cling to the past. You don't chase approval, and you don't allow chaos to define your energy. While others burn out trying to keep up with the world, you've chosen something wiser, stillness. You understand that youth fades when peace disappears, so you protect yours like sacred ground. Every peaceful thought, every moment of gratitude, every act of self-respect, it all leaves a mark. Not on your skin, but on your presence. That's why people notice something different about you. They can't quite explain it, but they feel it. They see it in your eyes, your calmness, your balance. Because youth isn't measured in years, and it's measured in energy. And your energy tells a story of a person who's learned to live without rushing, without pretending, without needing the world's applause. You've become timeless not by resisting age, but by embodying peace. So remember this, your calmness is your beauty. Your self-respect is your glow. Your peace is your power. And that's the greatest anti-aging secret there is. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.